this module, we're talking about standardized tests. There are two basic kinds of standardized tests. The first one is the end of grade test. You probably have heard about it. Lots of children take them, especially here in North Carolina. They take them starting in 3rd grade. And they are a measure of what a child has learned from the curriculum throughout the year. So in 3rd grade, the state of North Carolina has a curriculum that all 3rd grade teachers are mandated to teach, and these tests measure that curriculum. And they compare them against other 3rd graders in North Carolina. The same is true for every grade and subject when they get older. The other kind is called an achievement test. And an achievement test measures a group of children of certain age group, and they measure them across children of standard information that children should be learning at about that developmental level across the nation. So for example, a child who is in 4th grade and takes the achievement test and takes it in reading, and when the child takes the test, the child is 9 years and 5 months. They measure that against other children that are 9 years and 5 months who've taken the same test, who are in 4th grade, who take that across the nation. And that shows how the child compares developmentally with the other children. The results come back in what they call a grade level. So for example, if the child is in 4th grade and they're halfway through the year and the child is 9 years, 5 months, they compare them against children that are 9 years, 5 months who are in 4th grade at this point in the year. And they might say that the child is reading at 4th grade level, 5th month, or 5th grade level, 6th month. Sometimes when children take these tests, they do so well on them that they get a score called a post-high school. That does not mean that a child in 3rd grade who reads and gets a post-high school score in, let's say, vocabulary is ready to go to college. It just means that that child has scored so well on that section that they score as well as someone who is out of high school who takes that test. There's still a block of learning that happens between 3rd grade and 12th grade and that the child has not experienced. So that does not mean that child is ready to go on to that level. The same is true for a child who it may be in 4th grade and they score 6th grade level in math. That does not mean that they're ready to jump into a 6th grade level math book. It means that they have the potential to be accelerated, but there is still a body of knowledge that they haven't been totally exposed to. They might be able to figure out some questions and do a sampling and do it well, but it doesn't mean that they know everything that a 5th grader and a 6th grader would know in math because they haven't experienced all of it. It does mean though that they have potential. So these two measurements are two very different measurements, but they're just two ways to measure kind of standardized information about how a child is doing. Standardized tests and end-of-grade tests can have some benefits, and they can show how a child compares to other children within their school system, like in the end-of-grade test. So if the one particular class is not doing very well and the other classes are doing well and they're being taught the same curriculum, then you need to look at that. Why is the child, a whole particular class, not doing well? Is it the group of children are they've grouped them improperly and so there's too many children that are developmentally challenged in one room? Is it the instructor or the teacher is not giving them the information that they need? Has the teacher been out sick a lot and they've had a substitute? So those are things that they need to look at. Standardized tests also show how children compare, like the achievement test, how they compare to other children that have taken this test across the nation. When you look at your child, let's say your child took an achievement test or the end of grade test, what you want to look for is what we call annual yearly progress. And so the child who takes the test and takes it 1 year and scores 3.5, then the next year they should score 4.5. And so if a child scores less than that, then they've made less than a year of progress. And if they score more than that, that means they've made more than a year of progress. Standardized tests have their drawbacks as well. Some children get test anxiety. Some school districts put great emphasis on the end of grade test, and they put a lot of pressure on the teachers, and the teachers put a lot of pressure on the students. Teachers have lost jobs over standardized tests. Children have had meltdowns over standardized tests. And so there's a lot of pressure for children to make the cut. And so for that reason, developmentally, we feel like they're inappropriate for young children. That reason they don't take it until grade 3, which is out of the early childhood range. However, they still know about it and learn about it and prepare for it in kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade. So you need to decide whether you think they're helpful and how they're helpful, and what are the benefits and what are the drawbacks about standardized tests.